It's exclusive. It's the Crows. Witness history in the making. A television event you'll never forget. The St Kilda Crows Grand Final, 1:30 Saturday, exclusive to 7.
Footy passions run high at the best of times, as we all know, but a grand final that pictures two rival teams from two rival states head-to-head is sure to send fans into a frenzy. But just how passionate are the supporters of the Crows and the Saints? Well, we send a Crow into Saints territory and a Saint into Crows country, and as battle-weary Frank Pangallo and Glenn Connolly report, well, the results confirm everything you've ever thought about footy fans.
The passion, it's the grassroots, man in the street, raw bone passion that a lot of South Australians can equate with.
Where wise men never go.
We're looking forward to kicking...
Go on,
Kicking your butt.
Everybody's welcome in Victoria during Grand Final week. Well, as long as you're Victorian, of course.
What are you? Well, don't you want to see Adelaide win? No, I don't. Be great for the competition. You're all in no competition, no. You're all what? You're all in for it.
South Aussies, to put it simply, they hate us here, probably never more so since the Crows spoiled their Grand Final party.
I reckon the best team should win.
And? That'll be Adelaide, of course. Let's practice the victory song. All right, we'll do it. Okay, here we go. We're the pride of South Australia, the mighty Adelaide Crows.
You know, what's really funny is how everybody a South Australian bumps into is suddenly a Saints fan.
You don't take Gill supporters. It doesn't matter, mate. We're Victorians. But the South because I used to be a Fitzroy supporter.
Even Ron Barassi?
We're going to knock you silly, mate.
Very serious. There's not one Victorian here who thinks that the Crows have got a chance in Hades.
Oh, no, of course, there's plenty. You just haven't spoken the right one. The intelligent people understand that the Crows could fluke it.
Oh, we're going to St Kilda, shortly to be known as Adelaide Boulevard.
As a Crow through and through, I decided to give St Kilda a taste of what's to come. You know, some of that old red, gold and blues, hoping they'd lay out the welcome for the Crows invasion. It's a catchy tune, but it sounds best played, well, really loud. Then, onto the very heart of sainthood, hallowed Moorabbin, trying to teach some sense to the 12,000 or so disciples watching the last rites before the big game.
I make way for a Crow supporter, everyone!
See you later, Crow.
I'll see you on Saturday at the MCG.
No, you won't.
No, you won't.
Kill him.
Will you?
Yeah.
We're going to be there. We're going to take the premiership trophy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're being hard. Give me my hat back.
Just get that guy with the board and let me see some real men.
Why do you make me mistake? Fans like it. There it is. I'm tipping St Kilda. I just think the Crows might show that having to win 4 games to win the grand final might just be beyond them. But I hope you lose by a point.
Finally proof the Vics can't take a trick. Look what happens when we get our jumper up Jeff's snout.
Can we talk football? Can we talk football? I'll keep running. Can you give us your tip for the footy grand final?
Excuse me, could you
By how much?
could you get out, please?
By how much? $10?
Could you please get out?
All right. Hey, you're willing to kiss a Crow's ball?
No worries at all.
Oh, that's horrible.
Run for cover, mate. Run for cover.
Now, this is the heart of enemy territory, Football Park, Adelaide. Now, a message for St Kilda fans going to the game tomorrow. These guys aren't just hostile, they're downright dangerous. I found out the hard way.
You are the worst team in the world! You will lose by 10 goals, like the Bulldogs should have lost by 10 goals. We're not going to kick 21 points this time. We're going to kick 21 goals.
We're the pride of South Australia. We're the mighty Adelaide Crows.
All right, I have to ask you, what would you be prepared to pay for a grand final ticket?
$3,000.
Joking.
Who's got one?
$3 grand?
Not quite. Negotiable.
Somewhere now between 400 and 500 that are actually full paid up members. But we've got a sort of hardcore of about 2,000, I think, that sort of regularly go, and plus that's swelled by the people that come over for the games each week.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Terrific. I mean, it's a great experience. Great
You need
experience.
buddy.
On your pal.
You can stay there. We'll let you stay there.
We just got to make cycle this up, and I'm sure it's not going to affect the guys. They're very much focused on what the events are, what's going to happen. So it's just a great feeling, isn't it? I think it's terrific to be.
Of course, everybody's talking about St Kilda, but one of the great things about it is that if you are a Crow supporter and you fancy them, some of the odds that are on offer are pretty good.
Go Crows. Have you been practicing? Practicing going Crows.
Sorry. Team there, though, because the further
Idiot.
they get, the further they fall.
Oh, so mean. Now, Barry, be honest. 6 years you've been supporting the Crows, living in the heart of enemy country. Have you ever once thought, oh, maybe I'll look at another team?
Well, no, I haven't, because if I did, Bob Hammond would give me a real hard time, and he's bigger than I am, so I've got to be very circumspect. It'll be even more delicious if tomorrow night we can celebrate the victory, because that's really what it's all about.
Now, there's a man with great legs. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Now,
Still
I've
up
got
there,
to ask you, what's it like to be in this and know,
It's fantastic. It's a great turnout for the boys.
isn't it amazing?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Can't believe it.
It'd have to be the biggest buzz.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I guess I won't really know till tomorrow that I'll be missing out on that.
How's the leg? Okay.
Yeah, persistence, I think if they just keep at it, I reckon we're a big show, and particularly if you get 5-1, hop on.
How is it?
Obviously, it's a bit hostile at the moment. There's plenty of South Australian supporters as well, so it's good to see.
It's going to be a great game. Good luck, guys. What do you think of all this stuff?
Oh, it's really...
Unbelievable, isn't it? You've got to be a bit nervous.
Oh, yeah, nerves are starting to build up now, but, you know, tonight they'll be a lot stronger than what they are now. This is just great to soak in, and it might never happen again.
I'll tell you what, I'm nervous for you, so play well.
When the